You're listening to Country Music Junkies, hosted by Patrice Whiffen. This week on Country Music Junkies, I am so pumped to be chatting with former Team Blake star of season 13 of The Voice, Kristi Hoopes. How are you doing?
I'm so good. It's been a while since we've talked to each other.
I know. Time honestly flies, though. I feel like it was just yesterday, but you've done so many things in the last little while. I guess we'll first kind of start with The Voice and Team Blake, and how was that?
Yeah. Gosh, such an incredible once in a lifetime experience and really so unexpected. I mean, I had never planned on being on one of those TV shows, but the opportunity just kind of came to me after a talent scout for The Voice saw a viral cover that I had done of Dirk Bentley's Different for Girls back in 2016 and invited me to come audition for the show. And, I thought, all right, I'll give it a shot and see where it goes. And to my complete surprise, it led all the way to not only a blind audition, but to a 3-chair turn and landing on Team Blake. So it was incredible and really an honor to be a part of.
Absolutely. No, I can only imagine how you felt when it all went down, and what an incredible memory to have as part of your career. I want to kind of introduce, or reintroduce, I should say, our listeners to your sound, your style. How would you describe the way that your music sounds to listeners, and maybe some influences that you draw from?
Sure. I would say it's country music with an old soul, but modern, updated style.
Okay.
I pull a lot of my influences from music from the 70s, both country and more in the singer-songwriter, southern rock kind of vein, because I grew up in a very diverse musical household. My mom was very into Parliament Funkadelic and Prince and a lot of really great soul music, and then my dad was all about James Taylor and Crosby, Stills and Nash, and then they kind of both diverged into the country thing. So I'm very influenced by the sounds and songwriting style of the 70s, because I'm of the opinion that was the most creative period for country music. I think when we harken back on the greats of country music, the Lorettas and Dollies, their greatest songs and greatest moments happened, in the mid 60s to early 70s. Right. So I definitely emphasize on that style a good bit.
What an introduction there as far as your style and your sound. I think that's great and gives our listeners quite a wide scope of what they can expect when listening to your music. I want to now talk a little bit about your single Don't Worry Mama. I love it. I think it is so cool and so fun and very innovative, and I don't know if that's even the right word, but I think it's really, really cool and really different. What's the story behind that song, and why are you so proud to finally have it out there for the world to hear?
Sure. The song came from me moving to Nashville. I guess that would be 4 years ago now. And I had grown up in Colorado my whole life. My mom and I are best friends, and she was my manager back in the day when I first started singing, and we would tour across the country together, her and my dad and I. And when I left for Nashville, I knew that it was going to be really difficult on her, and it still continues to be something difficult for her because we were just so close, and now we're 1,000 miles away. And so I was just caught in this crossroads between, okay, how do I embrace this new chapter in my life in Nashville that I'm so excited for and I'm so eager to get it right into, without losing all of what made me who I am and the things that I learned when I was in Colorado and with my family. Kind of walking that line between childhood and womanhood. And at its core, I wanted to give my mom and both other moms and other young women that are in my position just a reminder that we're going to be okay.
Right.
And, I just wanted my mom to know that she raised me right, and that I was going to carry her with me, and that home was never far from me, no matter how much I struggled or however much distance was between us, I was always thinking of her and home and the love that I was brought up in.
For sure. What a heartfelt story. I love that. Having listened to the song and now heard the backstory, it makes so much extra sense and makes me love the song that much more. You mentioned that...
Thank you.
No, I mean it. You mentioned offline that you have a project kind of in the works for this tune, something new coming out for fans to hear, sort of a different version of the song. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we are releasing a version of Don't Worry Mama called the Sunflower Session, which was basically a one live take recording of the single done in the middle of this gorgeous sunflower field that we found in Nashville. So it's just,
oh wow,
it's rootsy, and it really gets to the core of the song and gives people the opportunity to hear it the way it first sounded when I wrote it.
I love that. Well, that is so cool, and I cannot wait to hear it. And fans, be sure to check out Don't Worry Mama by Kristi Hoopes. We'll include a link to all of Kristi's jumping off points with the posting of this interview. Kristi, other than the live version of Don't Worry Mama coming to us from the sunflower fields in Nashville, what else is coming our way? I know you're working on an upcoming EP.
Yeah, so the single Don't Worry Mama is actually the first of the 6 songs that are going to be on the EP Life of the Party, which is releasing later this fall.
Excellent.
And I am over the moon to release the whole EP, because it's been a 2-year process since the Indiegogo campaign that we did to make it happen. So yeah, that's on the horizon here soon.
Excellent. Well, can't wait to hear more. Be sure to stay in touch. Again, fans, be sure to check out Kristi Hoopes and her debut single off of the upcoming EP, Life of the Party, but the tune is called Don't Worry Mama. Kristi, thank you so much.
Thank you.